a
So,
small
because we
child.
forgot to hit the start broadcast button, but luckily I too have the power and I
What?
started the broadcast for
What?
you.
And I see we are currently live.
So I'm
Welcome
going
to
to go back
video,
to my
everybody.
position for everyone. Now they
And
can see.
Dabin. So anyway, now that we've made a bunch of nonsense there in the beginning, once again,
right.
welcome to episode
Bye.
40.
Your face is nonsense.
And we'll see ourselves out. No, I'm just kidding. So it's the three of us back as normal. It's me, Patrick. We have Bryce and Jordan on the mic as well.
I'm not actually here. Don't let them lie to you. They just made a sound board of all of my sayings and things I would say, and then they just have been playing it.
Yes.
It gets really specific down to this. However, they screw up on some things. La cara tuya. For some reason, they added Spanish.
Yeah. Okay.
Fuck. That was
So
Patrick.
there you go. There's our Bryce soundboard. It's really fucking high tech and looks just like Bryce. So
Yeah.
there's that.
It is pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. So anyway, you obviously, if you're here with us, you can catch us live on YouTube. If you're catching us on the audio version, you can thank good old Jordan for that. Definitely keep in mind our Facebook posts. Make sure to like those pictures. Bryce spends a lot of time piecing them together via
All 8
Microsoft
minutes
Paint.
are 8 minutes of love.
Yeah, 8 minutes of love. Good shit.
So
It's not
I mean,
Microsoft Paint, by the way.
that's longer than my love making. So I'm just saying, it's a lot
I
of
know,
love to
Jordan.
give.
That was just a joke, man. Obviously, it's Gimp. He's a
I took
Gimp ass
offense to
mofo.
I took offense. Hey,
So-
your dog's
oh.
there.
Hey, my dog's here. My wife's here. She just.
Why'd you
Yeah.
point at your wife when you said dog? That's rude.
I didn't, you asshole. She actually just made me coffee and brought it to me.
That's so sweet.
Damn.
Yeah.
When can I expect my coffee delivery?
Well, you're in Sanford, so
I live about
undisclosed location. So,
12.
No, we've already said I live in Sanford. Not a big deal.
that's true. So, guys, I don't know if you noticed or not, but we're new day, right? You actually got 2 episodes this week.
Yeah, you're welcome. New year, new us. 2 episodes just this 1 week. We're never doing it again.
Yeah, probably. I mean, honestly, down the pipeline, we do have plans for more content.
Yeah,
Definitely.
We do. However, we wanted to get on a new schedule. So Saturday night to Sunday morning. Let's be honest, we'll be at this till 3 a.m. tonight.
don't say that.
Like
It's
usual. It's going to happen. Just
Yeah,
accept
it's
it.
when you can expect your new episodes, though. So
You're
expect
gonna
them
get sleepy
to be-
Bryce again, and then everything's gonna get weird.
We like it, though. We do this on purpose.
Oh, you guys.
So this is going to be the new schedule for now, tentatively, because we are working on. Hopefully, we'll have some weekend days that'll line up soon. We're going to try to do some during the day stuff. Try to get some live shows out there when people are actually fucking awake.
Not only that, but eventually, if the stars align and we can get some, like you said, weekends lined up, possibly having the new watchtower, which is basically just my room with my desk turned sideways.
Yep.
For us to set up, but we'll have a desk, so it's actually an upgrade, which is strange. But
we'll be able to record all together again.
Yeah, which would be really cool.
Which will be really cool. We do this now, and we've gotten really good at making it sound good and look good.
Yeah, we're no longer as awkward on the remote ones, but it's definitely one of those things where when we all get together, some magic happens.
There's just that chemistry. You can't do it over webcam.
Before the show, we all just kind of pet each other's facial hair. It's a good time.
It is. I mean, which is exactly what happens. We're not supposed to talk about it, though.
Right. First rule of Podcast Club, don't talk about the beard touch. Gotcha.
Exactly. So we actually got some other stuff going on right now, too, as far as the show goes.
It's wintertime, so we're migrating.
Yeah,
we're heading up north to the Podbean. Yeah. We have a website,
Yeah, buddy. So much better.
We's official.
It is amazing.
We loyal.
I love it over there. And on that, really quick. Well, I guess it's not really Podbean related, but kind of. we are switching, of course, over, and it makes it a lot easier and a lot cleaner for us. It definitely makes us look better.
Yeah.
But I'm the editing guy, and I'm getting real tired of putting elevator music in every fucking episode.
Agreed.
So I just wanted to let everybody know again that that space is still out there. If you want to run
I'm
an ad or
actually
anything,
I'm
if you wanna
going
run
to
a
be
shout out.
I'm going to be posting up on the Facebook, on the official PB&J podcast Facebook, and I guess on my personal one as well. I'm going to find someone to fill that ad space. I'm no longer going to passively wait for one of our listeners to have an event. I'm going to be like, listen, you got a mixtape, you want the fire to get out, you want people to hear that fire, you got to let us know, and we'll let you, we'll spit it out. Because I know a lot of starving artists, and I'm sorry, if they're starving that hard, free ad space, that's free ad space, bruh. So
Yeah.
you guys are going to get some interesting ads from us soon, I'm sure. But
Yes, please find somebody, and if
definitely
you're listening to
fill
this,
it, though.
please reach out.
And
I hate elevator music.
and here's the funny part, right? We call it an ad spot. It's really our break spot. We just put elevator music there. We were doing skits a lot. But guys, honestly, we work full-time jobs. We do this because we really enjoy doing it. So the skits are hard to do all the time.
They are, yeah.
So we're talking about free space for you, though.
To talk about
Yeah.
whatever
Whatever
you want.
You want
Exactly.
to propose? You want to rant? You want us to just read out your rant about how you hate your boss and he'll never listen to the show?
Yeah.
Hit us up. However,
Something like
give
that.
him the episode and be like, man, this is crazy how somebody just ranted on their boss. So that way they can hear the rant and not know it's from you. And maybe they'll be like, man, that sounds a lot like stuff I do. I should improve my life. Bam. We already fixed your job for you. You're
Exactly.
welcome.
So anything, let us know. And then the other thing that they were just touching on a little is, I think you said our own website. We are converting to Podbean, which is going to give us a check it pbnjpodcast.podbean.com. We'll bring you to an official fucking website for us. All of our episodes will be there. The website is currently live, but there's nothing on it yet. We have to actually upload.
We literally did this right before the episode. We were just like, we just want to get it done. Just put it up. Oh, we have a website. We're all excited.
So, hit that up, please. We're gonna, like I said, a bunch of new content coming. I think that's it for podcast news. New stuff coming up. Begging for ads, things like that.
The usual, really.
Yeah. Actually, if anybody interacts, because you guys are real great at sending us emails. Haha, just kidding. But I would like everyone's opinion, or as many people's opinion as I can. What your how you would feel if, let's say, we occasionally had a real ad for a company, like, or if we had sponsor spots. Would commercials upset you? Would you prefer something that we just read, or nothing at all? The cost of certain things, obviously, we're putting out of pocket at the moment. So, we just like to know the opinion of everybody as well. So,
just let us know.
Let us know how that makes you feel, please.
Yeah. And with all that said and done, now that we've officially gotten through essentially the band meeting of the podcast,
yes,
I want to talk about something I've been doing recently. As you guys know from previous episodes, I've been really big in VR recently. It's my new toy, and I can't stop playing with it. Giggity. And there's this game that I've been playing recently. It's called Orbis, and it is the first VR MMORPG. And for those of you who don't know, that's like where you can play with a lot of people at once. It's all online multiplayer, and it's just like a huge world, and you all explore and game together and play, and it's a lot of fun. And I've been addicted to it. I've got like 8 hours logged, and I just got it yesterday. And I worked all day yesterday, so and today. So if that gives you any idea, they had to message me.
Yeah,
like,
you almost
saying,
didn't have any Bryce on this show because of that game.
I mean, Yeah, probably.
I mean, we were hitting
Yeah.
Bryce up quite a bit, and he was not fucking answering us.
Yeah, I was fishing. I was getting
Well-
some fish, talking to some people, and what's really cool about it is, for those of you who've never experienced the beginning of a game like that, or just the beginning of a community being built where you have to learn together, it's really fucking cool when everyone kind of comes together. And you know, when new players come out, people will actively come up to you and say, "Hey, are you new? Here's some tips and tricks to get you started. You know, here's something you can do, best practices."
Yep.
And just everyone's super fucking nice. You can walk up to someone and be like, "Hey, do you know where this is?" And they'll be like, "Nah, man, let's go find it though." And you'll both just go walk and find whatever it is, even if they're not doing whatever it is you're doing. They're just like,
That's funny.
"Fuck it, I don't know where that is. I want to know. Let's go find it."
It's
And then-
not like PvP based, is it?
There is PvP in the game, but it's kind of like RuneScape, where it's more of like a wilderness situation where there's a specific designated area for
If you
PvP.
want to do that. Okay, I
Yeah,
get you.
and what's cool about that is when you player kill another player, you get labeled a bandit for 24 hours, and then anywhere you go, even outside of the PvP area, people can take shots at you.
Really?
Yeah. So if you
Really?
go into a
That's
major
cool.
town and you're a bandit, and people just decide, you know what, fuck you in your face, they just all start attacking you. It's hilarious.
Can you attack back?
Really?
I don't know because I haven't been a bandit yet. I've only seen bandits don't last long when they show up in town. Like there are so many people who just blow people up with fireballs just for fun. So the moment they see something they can, they're
So
just like, "Ah."
you have like so I assume you're a character, you are looking from the perspective of your
Yes,
character?
yes, it's really cool. Everything is the the VR, so you're looking out from the perspective. You get to see your floating hands, and all the combat, all the fishing, all the crafting, everything you do with your hands. And there's even this like really intricate magic system where you have to draw runes in the air with a wand. And when you do it, you have to be very precise and you have to do it perfectly and you have to memorize the runes. So it's one of those things where you're actually doing like in like fantasy stories, I always talk about wizards like poring over their spells, memorizing them, and spell components and all that stuff. You get to do that. You even find runes randomly in the world, and
That's
then you're just
awesome.
like, I don't even know what this does. It's just on this rock, and it's a rune. Let me try and draw it a billion times until I get it down and see what spell I get. And it's really cool in that regard, and it's just a lot of fun to have that community. And I just wanted to share that with you guys because that's what I've been doing more recently. And
That's pretty fucking
it's
cool.
lit AF. The only other
It's
VR
lit
thing,
AF.
yeah, lit AF. The only other VR thing I
Family.
want to talk
It is
about,
lit AF, family.
there's another game called VR Chat, which is like chat room, but where you're running around as characters and you can change your avatar to like whatever you want it to be. And recently, I don't know if you guys have seen these videos, but if you know who Knuckles is from the Sonic games, he's
Yeah,
The red guy.
orange echidna, but he's also orange in some palettes. There's actually
Echidna?
echidna, yeah. It's an animal, has a four-headed dick. You're welcome for that knowledge.
Why does he have a four-headed dick?
Because echidnas have four-headed dicks. You
Are we sure he's an echidna?
100%. His name is
Okay.
Knuckles the Echidna, like Sonic the Hedgehog and Tails the Fox. So yeah.
I thought he was just like a rocker.
No, he's
hedgehog.
more into the
Like a
gangster
metalhead.
rap, actually. Like his whole soundtrack for his part of Sonic Adventure Battle 2 is all rap. And it's actually really good. Like it's surprisingly well made. But yeah. So there's been a band of people who are claiming that they are the new people of Uganda. And it's
Oh yeah.
it's all people who are miniature derped up like Knuckles, where their face is all derpy and they're all scrunched and shit, and they just invade random rooms running around, walking up to someone and being like, "Do you know the way?" And if they start running away, they're like, "Why are you running?" And then they'll just like they'll find a girl, and there are certain people who have made like a echidna mask. And so they'll do girl avatars with the echidna mask, and they'll all run over to him and be like, my queen, you're my queen. Show us the way. Show us the way right now." And if there's someone they don't like, they'll be like, "Brothers, spit on him." And they'll all just start going. And it's the weirdest thing because it's surround sound. So if you're getting spit on, you just hear all this like all around
That's
you.
really fucking disgusting.
It's really weird. And
So hold on. Has anyone busted in the VR fucking chat and been like, ASL, am I right?
no, people have done that, and then everyone makes fun of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an immediate like, go back to
Trolling.
like the early '90s, you pedophile.
Yeah, I was about to say petty trolling. Through
Go back to the
fucking
Yahoo chat room.
America
You know who you
Online.
are. Yeah. But that's the other thing. And they recently elected a president, these Ugandan people, and they have their own room that they created. And it's just a Sonic themed Uganda. And people just
Nice.
go up there and they're all running around. And they're known as the Ugandan Warriors. And they're just a gang that just runs around and fucks with people. And it's hilarious. So that's
Inside
all
this virtual chat room.
inside this virtual chat room. Basically, VR chats has become the new place to shitpost. Because shit posting, for those of you who don't know, is when you go into a forum and you make just like a really terrible, like low quality post just to fuck with people.
Uh-huh.
This is basically what that is, and in live where you act out the shit posts. So it's very popular right now, and there's a lot of videos that have like millions of views of just these guys running around doing stuff, and it's hilarious. And there's no like actual. They only just recently elected a president, but there's no actual like system to where you have to join. You just have to put on the costume, which anyone can in the game, and run around with them doing what they say and or doing what they do. And it's like a hive mind. It's really cool.
Interesting.
So it's just an interesting like internet subculture that I'm going to be studying with this whole VR thing. Is just how many gangs like that is it going to turn into like the movie The Warriors, where you have like all these different gangs and they're all like fighting it out, and that's all VR chat is a bunch of people dressed the same, doing the same like bit. And you just decide which group you want to choose, because otherwise all of them fuck with you. So that's going to be my deep reporting of the VR web, is whatever the new shit post or the new thing is, I'll let you guys know, just so that way you
Nice.
can
Dude,
experience
that's
it.
pretty interesting.
Yeah, because I just find it fascinating that human culture, the first thing we do whenever it comes to any new medium is find out either how to fuck it, make porn of it, or how to make it like terribly lowbrow. And
Yeah.
I am fascinated with that urge, and I want to explore it more. So that's basically been my week, is just exploring VR and like
Cool.
corrupting my soul for you folks at home. You're welcome.
Appreciate it, family.
I gotta say, you said this week. Fuck this week, guys. Like seriously,
Yeah,
it has been
it's
so
been a bad week. It's been the first
cold.
week of 2018, my guy.
cold, my
Girls,
guy.
man.
Cold, bro. Now in Deltona, in comparison to where you are, right? It does get a little colder for some
Oh, like
reason.
2
I
degrees.
guess.
It's the
But-
ocean. It's the ocean water.
I have no idea. All I know is it was freaking 26 degrees here 2 nights in a row. The other day I go to get gas, right? Open my gas cap, right? Or open my little gas cover, and my gas cap is being fucking held to my car by an ice cube.
I mean, it snowed in Tallahassee. We are
was like-
in frost and like below freezing weather.
It was a fucking ice cube though. And then
Yeah.
I had to like
That's
whack
what
it with the
happened.
back of my vape to bust it off to open my gas cap.
Bro,
I was
you
like,
didn't just
man,
blow doomsdays at it and make it go away that way. Melted
No.
it with the sheer like sensuality from you blowing that big vape.
Maybe I
You
could
should-
have. I'll try
You
next
should
time.
have done that.
Next
I'll,
time, do
I'll
that.
listen. I'll try
And then
fucking
put it on the Snapchat.
yes. So, but I hate it. Like, I don't mind it being cold. Like, don't get me wrong. Here's the problem with Florida is that it's humid all the time. So in the summertime, the humidity makes you hate your life massively.
Mm-hmm. And in the wintertime, it actually the air gets a little crisper.
Yes.
So you get like less humidity. It's still humid as hell, but you're actually like, wow, is this what normal places feel like? This is great.
But then a cold front comes in and it fucking rains, and then the next
And
day
it's cold rain. It's the
It's-
worst.
Yeah.
it's disgusting.
And what
It's freaking
sucks is
disgusting.
before it actually rains, you get the little tiny droplets, but with the cold,
Uh-huh.
it turns into like tiny icicles that like stab into your flesh when they hit you. You're just like, oh,
No,
why?
listen,
I love that.
I've been in the snow. I have relatives that, my little sister, Marianne, she's like, it's -5 degrees here, Patrick. I'm like, okay, but it's South
Yeah, but
Dakota.
you have gear for that. You have
Yeah.
the high price like North Face like full coat and like pants and thermals and all that shit. We don't
I had a
even have
hoodie.
road salt.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
y'all
true.
are freaking out about the snow. Yeah, because our roads, if they get ice on them, we have no way of de-icing and preventing it from being black ice. We're all
Yeah.
gonna die if we drive.
Everyone will die.
Yeah,
Even if you
and
don't drive.
we don't have snow tires. We don't have like the snow
That is the
treads.
dream.
No one sells them down here. Why would you?
No,
That'd be the
exactly.
worst business idea. So
My
like, we don't have any of the
my
equipment to deal
sister, my sister Amanda over here
Mhm.
in Orange City, she went to go take a shower the next day. She couldn't. Her pipe froze. She had to go to her sister's to take a shower.
Nice. Well, that's the other thing. Is our water heaters are little bitch water heaters because they don't really have to deal with it. Because most of the time, our water, we need water coolers because there are times when the water comes out boiling hot when I first do it. because
Scalding
it's
hot.
sitting
Yep.
in the pipes, and I have to run it for a little bit. So because the sun just boils the water in the pipes.
Yep.
So right now, I'm having a problem where I'm running out of hot water too quick. Like if you take a shower at the same time as the washing machine is going, you're gonna get a cold
You're
shower
getting a
like
cold shower.
5 minutes in because the heating unit is just not strong enough for this colder weather.
So I
I'll
have
tell
like a
you what just
brand
happened to
new,
me.
really big ass fucking hot water heater
All right.
that even after the hurricane, we had no power. 4 days later, I still had hot water.
Mhm.
So I'm rich. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. Everyone jokes that I'm secret rich. This guy, I'm telling you,
Yeah, for real.
secret rich.
For real.
Don't look at me.
So listen, I know though that, and one of the reasons I brought the cold up, right? Not just to complain, but because I know that Jordan said that we're all a bunch of pansies.
Yeah.
And I think, fuck you.
Y'all's little bitches, dude. I love it.
Don't get me wrong. I love this weather because I am a human furnace. I have this thing where the only time I get cold is in the morning when I first wake up. And I always joke it's because the flames haven't been stoked and it's just the embers. The moment I
Yeah.
wake up and I start moving around and my blood starts flowing, I get hot in any situation. Like my house can't
Me
be
too.
higher than 74, 73, or I'm boiling and actively sweating.
Yeah.
Too.
So
And Florida weather, the hot, that's why I'm inside all the time, is because I can't stand the heat. This is the only I've been walking around my neighborhood and stuff, and I've slept with my windows open multiple times.
yeah.
Now, granted, with the roommate situation now, I don't do that because I don't want to freeze her because she is not a human furnace.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where
So-
I live for this cold, but even I say there comes a limit. There
when
comes a
you
limit.
have ice cubes holding your fucking gas cap closed.
Because we just don't have the clothing. Like most Floridians have a hoodie and that's it. You don't have like
That's all you
actual gear
need.
for the cold.
That's all you need.
Not for
No, there are
27. Fuck
There are
off.
homeless people who die from
That's
exposure in just a hoodie at 27 degrees. Like it's still enough to kill you. So like
No, I
it's
understand
not all
that,
you
but
need.
like Patrick's not homeless. He has a
Alright,
car.
okay.
He has a house. He should
All
not
right,
be complaining.
but he still
about
has to
this
go
cold.
outside at some point in
Yeah.
temperatures that could
Not
kill
for
him if
hours.
he stayed out.
Not for
Well,
hours.
you know,
I mean,
You know
if you
what
want to get
sucks?
anything done, yeah.
going outside to vape at work in the shadow of the building.
Yeah.
It's a
you have
listen,
a 15-minute break.
It might be first world problems, but bro.
It is. But it's
It
cool.
is not that bad.
No,
Get
no.
out of here.
Let me explain how bad it is. There's a viral video going around on Facebook right now. This guy, he's a Floridian. He lives just like north of Miami, and he is talking so much shit. And he even says in the video, "I'm not talking to you Minnesotians, your Ohioians, your
Ohio.
your New Yorkians. I'm talking to Florida." And he's not saying Floridians. He's talking to Florida, the
The
state.
state.
Yeah. And he's just like, fuck you. Why are you doing this to us? I do not have clothes for this. I shouldn't have a hoodie that has fur, fake fur,
Listen.
dog fur, cat fur. I don't know what the fuck this is. Couch. I shouldn't have a hoodie with couch in it. And he just goes off on this epic rant about how it's too fucking cold. And he's like, if you ever do this shit again, if it's not 87 degrees by next week, I'm getting a rocket ship. It's probably going to be from Goodwill. It's going to be the 1973 Cadillac version of a rocket ship. And I'm leaving Earth. Goodbye.
I like that
Goodbye.
guy.
Yeah,
Right.
no, he was hilarious. And he
That's
goes
fucking
like
hilarious.
ham on it. And that's how Floridians are reacting. And it's not just because, we're a bunch of pansies or something, though. To be fair, it's been scientifically proven. People who live in temperate zones like Florida, near the equator and things like that, our blood thins over time to adapt to the heat, to prevent overheating and stuff like that. So the cold actually affects us more. I always
heard that was not.
I don't think that's true because I've
been
here
that
fake as fuck.
Years and that has not happened.
Yeah.
You know what?
There is. So hold on. There's a thing that happens where, because we live here, it's warmer. You do grow to be able to handle the heat and less cold, but it's not really like a thickening or thinning of your blood. But I guess for simple terms, we could say that. But
I was just talking about adaptability, really.
Yeah. But here's the thing, though, guys. I've had family members come down here from Jersey and New York and up north, and they're down here in the winter, and they're like, "You guys are so stupid. It's not cold here." And I'm like, "Look, a cold front comes through in 2 days. We'll see what happens." And then that cold front comes through, and they're like,
"Oh, Jesus.
Why is it so cold?" Because they're like, "It's 45. Why am I freezing?" I'm like,
"Well, here's the
confusion.
thing. Here's the thing.
Nobody knows.
Florida is flat. Florida is absolutely flat. We don't have natural wind barriers. So when you're in Florida, if you don't have a forest of trees around you or like a fuck ton of whatever, wind is going to hit you, and it's going to hit you hard. And the wind chill is what brings it down to where it may be 45. It feels 17 when the wind chill's picking up.
God, I feel like it could stand to be a little bit colder, and it could stand to last a little longer.
All right, we get it. You're Sasquatch. What do you want from us?
That's all I needed. Actually, thank you. Appreciate
You're welcome.
Extra just laugh.
I'm gonna need you to walk away from the camera and do the whole look back while your arms are swinging. I need footage. Yeah, I got some guys who pay for Sasquatch footage, so
I'll do that on break. How about that?
That'll be a members only thing. Which
that'll be a live watcher only.
Yeah, the way to be a member, by the way, is watch our YouTube video.
That's all you gotta do. It's fine.
Yeah. So, So there was one other thing. I think, Jordan, you wanted to talk about. You did something fun. Actually got your Sasquatch ass out of your house today.
Yeah, and early too. But this morning we actually
it's probably cold this morning.
Out. Yeah,
it was.
It felt so great. But we actually ended up going out to the Kennedy Space Center.
Cool. Oh, I love the Space Center, man.
I haven't been to the Kennedy Space Center literally in years, and I'm so sad because I miss it. It was so cool.
The first and last time that I went, I was like maybe 8 or 9, something like that.
Nice.
And I didn't remember anything except this space shuttle takeoff flight simulator thing that scared the absolute shit out of me, and I cried for hours after that, and I don't remember anything else. But dude, I absolutely loved it today. And it's always been a dream of mine to see an actual space shuttle up close.
Yeah, in person.
Yeah.
They do the tour where you can.
Well, now they have the good one right there.
Yeah.
So, and dude, let me tell you. So I never thought that I would, because when they retired the shuttle program in 2011,
I figured the last night launch.
Dismantle them or whatever. I didn't think they would put them in museums or whatever. And if they did, I figured they would be in a place that I would never go.
Mm-hmm.
But thankfully,
this is the Space Coast.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
this is where space happens. You want space, you go to Florida.
Yep. But they also, big hubs they have one in DC and one in Houston too. So they have one shuttle at each location.
That's the real reason why Florida is actually batshit insane. You know how in Men in Black they showed all the aliens that were living amongst us in secret?
Yeah,
that's all Florida. Instead of New York, it's just Florida.
Well, duh.
Yeah, so that's why you get the Florida Man stories. That was aliens going ape shit. Like, Florida Man beats paraplegic with a fish. Actual fucking headline. Not lying. Google it. That was an alien.
After the break, I actually have something I want to talk about. A little bit alien related. Actually.
Oh, God.
So.
All right.
We're going into the corner, boys.
No, yeah, well, we might be in the corner. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
So, That's cool, Jordan. Well, we went to Kennedy Space Center a couple years ago, um, and there was a launch the next day. I've never gotten to see a launch up close, but
Me
from what
either.
I understand, it's fucking amazing.
It's
And-
insane. The sound alone
They're
is
supposed to
just
be launched tomorrow.
Nice, really?
so. We souping up doing a live show at the launch.
That would be fucking awesome.
That would be
Except for,
great, actually.
there's a peanut in the group that has to work tomorrow, so
No, we'll go
Oh,
nutless.
check it out though. One thing, and I'll send you guys the picture in a little bit. So we did this behind the scenes tour thing
yeah.
while we were there, so we were able to actually go to Mission Control.
Oh,
Oh,
and
that's
shit.
cool.
did it smell
It's-
like old cigarette ash and like sweat?
Yeah.
I wish. I thought
every,
it would.
every single movie with space shows a bunch of guys like working 24/7 in there, like sleeping at their desks and like waking up, and they're all in the same clothes and they're all just chain smoking while they're like, we
Full
gotta.
blown armpit sweat.
Yeah, like you can see
Um,
the sweat stains. The ties have come unraveled to where
Yeah.
they're like
Yeah.
opened up and stuff. Like that's every movie. So if it doesn't smell like the 80s,
That's what I fully
armpit
expected.
sweat and like just grossness, then I'm not.
Well,
sold.
you know what's fucking scary about that is all of that implies you're pretty sure whatever it is you're doing is gonna fucking fail. So that's scary
Yeah,
as
so
fuck.
stressed.
So like, if
All it
you're-
takes is one mistake in numbers. Like
Yeah.
with not Challenger, the probe, the one that landed on Mars,
well, the Mars where they didn't convert,
where they failed it and they
fucking-
fucked up the conversion between metric and imperial, because we are the United States and we're like we want to measure with our fate.
Yeah. We're gonna measure with our feet. And none of our measurements make any sense. And-
Also, that's a yard. Well, you call your front yard. That doesn't measure the yard. Yeah, no, that's a yard though.
don't worry about
In
it.
football, we call them yards, so we're sticking with yards.
How many stone is that?
Yeah,
So, that's cool. So mission control.
Right.
Yeah, so we got to see
Simulator.
Mission Control. We got to see the crawler that actually
That's fucking
they
cool.
mount the ships and the rockets to, and
That is
bring it
cool.
out on the mobile platform thing onto the actual launch pad.
Mhm.
We got to get to a launch pad. We drove right by SpaceX launch pad.
Oh,
Oh, that's
And
cool.
that's
Was it
really cool.
Actually
sitting out
had
there?
a Falcon 9 outside of their warehouse.
Ah. Hey, Jordan, was it a Falcon 9 Heavy with the 3 rockets?
No, it was in the building. There was a regular Falcon 9 outside of the warehouse.
That's
fucking
pretty cool.
awesome.
And they're I forget when he said, but they're planning on launching a rocket there pretty soon. But NASA was launching one tomorrow.
Yeah, because they had
Yeah.
this successful reusable
Yeah, rockets,
situation.
which is now they're using them. They're actually using the ones they've already launched,
Yeah.
which is pretty fucking cool. But they're about to launch the Falcon 9 Heavy, which is super badass, man. It's like a Falcon 9 with 2 more rockets strapped to the fucking side of it.
3 of them attached.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking insane.
Yeah, it is pretty fucking insane. Elon Musk is a fucking crazy.
I cannot wait until being a space semi truck driver is real life because I've been training for hours on Elite Dangerous. I got my hat. I'm ready to go. Suit me up. And I'm gonna drive some supplies to Mars and drive on my own back.
Drive some supplies.
Let's
Jesus.
go.
Well, that's fucking awesome, Jordan. That you got to go and have fun today.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, it was
I,
pretty
on the other
badass, man.
hand, replaced a hard drive in a buddy's grandma's computer.
Aw.
Then spent all day upgrading it and installing software. At the same time, it was put away Christmas Day. So my wife, who's awesome, she brought me coffee earlier because she's a sweetheart. She,
What is she?
boxed all of Christmas. Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
They're
Nice.
now that Christmas is over, I swear to fucking God, we have more than we had before we started Christmas.
I can confirm you
Me
do
too,
because
yes.
I remember a message in the Hangout saying you bought like $200 worth of lights on discount
I might have.
after. So I'm going to go ahead and say you do have more Christmas than you started with, and it's
Oh,
your fault.
shit.
So
I
don't even
do.
try.
I do.
You
So-
can't
But
skip
I think
timing.
there is a conspiracy in there because I didn't buy any more lights or decorations or anything. Well, I bought one, but it was I knew about it, and it's not a part of all my Christmas stash that I have in my
Yeah.
shed. But there was definitely more boxes than when I took them out.
I'm telling
I
you.
have
Five
I have the exact same number of boxes, but I didn't
Yeah.
open my boxes. So it might be something to where it's only if you use them. Either it has something to do with how you
Is Santa
repackage
real?
them or repack them.
No, because I'm not talking about boxes. I'm talking about bins, like plastic bins, right? So-
Tupperware things.
My wife packs everything up and she's like, honey, we put it in the attic. I'm like, all right, sure. So first gripe is I wish Florida had basements. I feel
Me
like
too.
if I had a basement, it would be so much fucking easier. It's like a
Yep.
shed under your house. It's you
Yeah,
know?
But in
Um,
Florida, the aqueducts and
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
water
situation,
table and whatnot.
not only are you going to have
Florida
water
sucks.
in your basement all the time, but you're going to have a sinkhole eventually from
Oh
building
yeah,
the
and then
basement.
exactly.
Do you
It
want to die for your underground shed?
Yes.
Well, we're all going to
If
die
it's
from a
a-
sinkhole in Florida eventually. So a
If it's a
sinkhole or
wine cellar,
hurricane.
I'm down. If we could do a wine cellar, sign me up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I
So-
could, yeah, 100%.
Can it be a
It fucking
basement with one?
sucks to
Oh my God.
drag these fucking bins up into your attic, right? And then find a spot for them. So, I'm pushing the bins in there and I'm like, first of all, my attic is a GD mess, okay? It looks like a bomb went off up there. And not because there's so much stuff, but because, my house is older, like 60s or 70s or whatever. And I swear to you, there's like wires just draped across, spots. Nothing is done nicely. You have to like duck under things to go places. It's very annoying. I get that it's the attic and that it's not, it's function over.
If you have an attic you can stand in, kind of. I
You
have
do?
a crawl space attic
Oh, that's true.
where I have to like lay down if I go up there to like
Really?
organize. I haven't gone up there because one of the first projects I wanted to do with this house is make it to where there's an Ethernet port available in every single room so you can direct plug. Because I
Good idea.
cannot stand being forced to use Wi-Fi for things. I want
Yeah.
my PS4 on Ethernet. I want people who go in the guest room to be able to have Ethernet. I want Ethernet everywhere. I want Ethernet in the goddamn bathrooms. That's how dedicated I am. Because if I'm in there and I have something
Why
I
not?
can plug in, fuck it. Why not? However, the
Oh.
only reason why that hasn't happened yet, I do not want to work in that attic. I'm going to wait until my brother
Yeah.
comes down to visit. I'm like, hey, I don't remember how to do that.
You're
Can you
funny.
do installs for a living? Can you help me? And then I just put them up there and I lock it. And I'm like, if you want food and if you want to escape there, you have to lay these wires. Go. And then,
That's horrible.
I mean,
You're mean-
Patrick
I'm
will do
pretty
it.
sure he doesn't listen, so I don't have to worry about my plan being foiled. Nobody tell my brother.
Yeah. so anyway, I'm up there in the attic and I'm like, I hate my life right now. Thankfully, it's not 4,000 degrees outside, right? So it was no big deal.
especially in Florida, the temperature's like tripled in the attic.
It
You
does.
just die up there.
It really does. Now talk about dying in Florida, go in your attic. So anyway, I'm I have that blown in insulation up there. It's like that fluffy shit all over the place.
Cotton candy.
Yeah. So I'm like, that's weird. There was a whole spot that was like kind of dug out in a circle.
Oh no. Oh no.
And now there was nothing there, no boxes around it or ripped up. There doesn't look like anything.
You got a
else.
possum nest in your goddamn
I
attic.
think so,
I'm
dude.
pretty fucking sure something is living in my attic.
Okay.
If it's a
And
possum and it has
It's
babies.
possibly. It could
Can I have one?
possibly be a possum. Possibly.
Good luck having them because the
I
mom
had
will
one.
hiss at you and like badass kill you.
I mean,
Had
I'll
a
shoot
baby
it.
possum
So
before.
All right. It'll be like a
Uh,
Bambi situation.
I could do it.
Just kill the mom.
or I'll just call a wildlife guy. I mean, if necessary.
And then don't tell him
um,
about the baby so Jordan can have one.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go around the outside. So here's my plan, right? I'm going to go around the outside, try to find anywhere on the outside of my house that might be open to allow that to happen.
Mhm.
Now, here's the thing. I don't know if it's new or old. There used to be a mouse that would go in and out of my attic through the side. But my dog killed it. So I don't know.
You think
Um,
he might be safe?
Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and put like a camera up there or something, like a night camera, and see if
One
I
of the
can-
motion activated ones.
deer
Yeah,
camera thing?
yeah. Like a trap.
I cannot wait until you put a motion activated camera out there and rather than seeing mice and shit, either there's a person living up there in secret somehow, or the camera turns on its own, nothing's there. And we find out that it's your house, not Jordan's, that's haunted. So
Dude.
Jordan, your house is totally haunted.
Ultimate
Both of
M.
those
Night
fucking
Shyamalan twist.
scenarios, both of those scenarios just
Mhm.
creep me the fuck out, and we're never talking about that again.
You're welcome.
If I turn the
Ash
fucking
Mango
camera
Baba.
on and I see some guy up there or something,
Munching
I
on
would be like,
Cheetos.
"Ah!" And then
He
I'd
put
shoot that
Cheetos
dude.
in a cereal bowl and he's eating them with a spoon, so you know he's crazy.
Yep. No, he'd get shot.
Yeah.
And then if, let's say it was the ghost scenario, I would just be like, well, I don't believe in you, so you're not really there. Go get my camera and pretend it never happened.
Camera's glitching. It's activating on motion. It must have been like some dust particles. or
Yeah,
something.
dust,
It's
motion.
too sensitive.
particles.
I'm taking this back.
Yeah. So here's if I hit the lottery, the house that I build myself will have an underground fucking
Storage facility
storage
of some sort.
facility. Exactly.
You know what you do?
Oh,
in
really? That's
Florida?
just going to be the ground floor, and you're going to live on the
Well,
second.
no, that's what I was going to
Well,
say.
that's
is
what I
what you
mean.
do is you
Yeah,
do the
yeah, yeah.
Disney thing where you build like a concrete box, and then you build the house on top of the concrete box, and you just put sod and stuff
Up the side.
up
of
the side to
fucking-
cover the concrete and stuff,
There you
and
go.
make your own little hill, and then you'll have like one of those upward driveways. So your house is going to be above everyone else because I mean you won the lottery, you're already above everyone.
Yeah.
Mentally, so you might as well
I mean-
live.
Well, what's funny is haven't won the lottery, already think that way.
Bam, you're halfway there, fam.
Done.
And then you don't have to worry about the water situation. You can have your basement / wine cellar.
Yeah.
You know what?
Um,
Build a
I
moat.
like how you keep making it a wine cellar, Bryce.
I want you to have a wine cellar so I can store wine there and just come over and party in your wine cellar. We can make like a secret entrance in the mound, like in the sod, and it's like a little hobbit door that I can sneak in and just drink wine. You don't even have to. I don't have to wake you up or anything. It's 3 a.m. I just show up to your house, open the thing, go in. Everything's cool.
I want there
won't
to be a
make any
moat,
noise.
Got
Huh?
to be a moat.
You know, next week I would like to talk about lottery madness and stuff. And I'd like to talk about all the crazy things we'd ever do if we won the lottery. So we're gonna talk about that next week. If anybody wants to hit us up with any suggestions or what you think you'd want to do, please do. We'll include it in next week's show. Because
Spoiler alert,
that's-
I want a moat.
well, okay, so we know Bryce or Jordan wants a moat.
How fucking
Don't do
dare
that
you,
to me,
sir?
bitch.
So
I don't want a moat. I think that's silly. That is an obvious sign that you have money that you can afford to keep a moat.
Mhm.
And I'm not going to advertise like
You're
that.
just going to build a Disney castle on a fake hill with covered in sod.
Yeah, here's the difference though. He's going to
No, no,
build
no.
that
Only
in a
the
rich
outside is covered in
ritzy
sod.
area. Yeah, the whole area, the whole outside's covered.
Not the whole house covered in sod.
No,
That
I
would
know
make
that.
sense.
I'm saying. You're
Well, you
built
can
on a
make
hill.
that look. You can make it look legit to where it's not obvious that that was like a man-made sod thing, and he could do it in like a new area, like his own land, where he has privacy, to where there's no neighbors. I mean,
Privacy.
hell, out in St. Cloud, there's
Shut
this
up,
area
Patrick.
called the Manor. Like, people will go in the back, like in the swampy area of the Manor, and just go mudding out there in other people's property. Nobody cares because no one knows they're there. They're loud as hell. No one can hear them. In the Manor, no one can hear you scream. So you just build it out there, and then no one will even know that you're building it until it's already done. Actually, oh shit! Speaking of the Manor, completely tangent topic, but this is
Okay.
Did you guys ever hear of the Sausage Castle?
I was just about to
Yeah,
bring that up.
dude.
So the Sausage Castle, for those of our listeners who haven't heard, is a professional partiers. This guy has the title of professional partier house, where he has this big ass house, and there were previous Sausage Castles before that were like abandoned warehouses that he lived in and shit. That he didn't like. They didn't come to the sheer amount of fame as this one did, where he has permanent residents that live there and essentially work for him, like strippers that work for him 24/7 that live on property. He has a party absolutely every night that people pay to go to, and he has events, like giant internet events,
Mhm.
where you can watch the party live stream, or if you pay for a ticket, you can actually camp on his
What's his
property in a
name,
tent.
Jordan?
Mike Busey.
Mike
yeah,
Busey,
Mike Busey. We heard an interview with him
Really?
Yeah.
Tom
Tom and Dan did an interview with him.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And
Yeah,
he talked about all of the previous sausage castles and what it's like to be around neighbors and all that shit.
yeah. So if you could have a sausage castle in essentially the manor,
Hmm.
you can build your super secret. This isn't a fake hill basement house.
I swear it's not a fake hill basement house.
Yeah, that'll be the official title. I swear it's not a fake hill manor.
Actually, you
Can
know
that be on
what?
the entrance
I'm
sign?
g-
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I was actually about to say that. I'm gonna have them put sod all over the house. I think that's a good idea, Jordan.
Yeah.
The whole house will
I
be
like it.
sod
You
on
know
the
what?
outside.
Make it eco-friendly. Why not? There are
Yeah.
people who do the whole tiny house thing where they build but they'll do like natural living tiny houses where they build it all out of like old school materials where they'll make the clay for insulation, use straw for insulation, use giant trees for like the posts and the pillars.
Yeah.
And they'll build
You know
it.
what? That's
We've
you
covered
know what is
something
made out of
similar.
metal. You know what's made out of metal at those houses?
What?
The
What?
fucking no smoking signs. Those are definitely made of metal.
With
We
your
covered
thatch
something
roof.
like this though
Yeah.
earlier on in our podcast. Remember, there's like a village in China or something like that that is completely
Yeah.
overgrown.
In Scotland, there's actually no, they were building in China. They're building a skyscraper that's going to be completely plants. And
Yeah.
it's gonna be like
there
a
you
bio scraper or something like
Yeah.
that. So I remember
That'd
that.
be
Yeah, we did cover that.
Yeah, which would be super cool. Keeps your air clean and keeps your pot big. So
There you go.
But
You
all
know?
the bugs.
Hydroponics are real easy when you get the water directly, when you can collect the rainwater in the building through the gutter and just fuel it straight to the plants.
exactly.
Just saying.
So
Overhead low, pot high.
guys, I think it's about break time. What do you think?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
All
Gotta
right.
do my Sasquatch dance, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna Sasquatch dance.
Super secret Sasquatch dance.
So, all right, we'll be back after what's probably going to be some elevator music. If you're here,
Yes.
if you're here for the video right now, or if you're watching on YouTube after the fact, whatever happens now happens. But we'll be back after this.
And now it's time for the super secret break segment. Dun, 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 dun. Bottom floor lingerie. Dun, 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 dun.
Wow.
But so yeah,
Hey, video watchers, who's
What's
in
up?
here right now? There's
is there somebody?
pe-
Is John?
John's probably here. He's creeper.
He's not a creeper per se. He just likes to chill. Can't blame him.
You know what's funny about this is it shows us 3 viewers. I just don't know how to know who's in there.
It's your wife and your dog.
Yeah,
dog-
I did give my dog YouTube.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Good idea.
It's like those dogs that have their own Twitter accounts.
Yeah,
Yeah. Have you seen those? It's absolutely bad shit.
it is. It's cute though. When we come back
You
from
know-
break,
What I
You
love
know,
though is
Nick from Old Job.
yeah,
Dog has a Facebook.
huh?
Dog has a Facebook. I'm friends with
Oh
it.
yeah, he does. He's fucking weirdo.
that's hilarious. But what I love
I'm
is when
also pretty sure he
celebrities
likes
have
men.
their pets have a Twitter and their pet has more followers than them and they're the celebrity. That's my
Yes.
favorite, that's my absolute favorite shit. I'm just like, how much of an ego like dunk does it knock you, like how big of a peg does it knock you down when you realize that your fame only took you so far, your fame actually helped your dog who is on the same level as you because it's yours, but because it's a dog it gets more followers because it's cuter than you. Like damn, you get like humbled real quick when your dog has twice your Twitter followers.
You just suck at life at that point.
You get wrecked.
REKT.
I'm seeing
Where'd
that.
Patrick go?
He might be
I'm ready.
okay, that was unnecessarily creepy.
Oh, it's okay. This bit. When I
He might be smoking the tobaccos.
Tabackis.
That tobacco. So when we come back, We should talk about things and be funny. All right. All right. Good break. Glad we
Sounds
talked.
good. I like it.
Yay.
No, legit
So-
though. What was I had? Oh yeah, the dive restaurant and the U.S. deciding it wants to blow up the moon.
The
So I'll
alien
probably
thing.
piggyback the Cold War shit off of your alien shit.
Okay. So we want to get graphene out of the way right away.
Oh, that's true. That might
Which is my alien thing. It won't go
No,
too
we'll-
long. I'll
we'll
go over all of
probably-
it.
we don't want we might want to save that for the end. I don't know. What do you think would make a better like end slot? Because the graphing thing, I think we'll probably talk about for a little bit, just because the applications and we nerd out on that shit. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe we should do. Well, hold on, Jordan. Do you have anything for the second half that you want to talk about specifically?
Yeah, fucker don't got nothing.
Hang on a second. Probably not, but hang on.
Probably not.
Fair enough.
Give me 1 second.
You know, it sounds like it's the future. It's
We're really
long time ago when they got into fights using sabers
Jeez,
of
we
light.
made it to 47.5 minutes. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, we're lit. What do you want?
we're
Lit.
LAF.
Moly.
LIF. We're LIF, Patrick.
This bitch.
I fucking love this.
Yeah, it's the future. It's really long time ago when they went nuts and they got into fights using sabers of light.
That's some only on the fucking YouTube video shit right there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That's my jam. Legit, I have those songs mixed in with my PlayStation playlist when I play with you guys and I'm listening to music the whole time. Like those songs are mixed in. So every now and then I just get this like fragment of joy that goes into my ears. I got Carl Papa. I've got Seagulls.
Yeah,
I've
Carl
got-
Papa's
Oh,
good.
Carl Papa makes me so happy.
You
Oh,
know what?
oh,
Listen to that right now, real quick.
Ziggy Zada, dude.
Need to listen to that before you come.
Better wise up and call
Get
me
returned.
Carl Papa. Yeah, the get turned. Get returned. Get turned. God, those songs are great. Like, I'm so happy that the bad lip syncing has exploded in the way it did. Because the first viral one was the Game of Thrones one, the Happy Fun Medieval Time or whatever. And that one was so great. Even with me not watching Game of Thrones, that was fantastic and hilarious to me. After watching it, it got
Listen,
better.
girl.
I'd rather not. How about that?
Oh, I didn't talk about Chris welding my thing together.
Well, we don't want to talk about him taking a welder to your penis, all right?
You did it to yourself.
You walked right in. You practically asked for it. Look at what you're wearing. You were asking for it.
Not teddy bears.
Oh, Jesus. You want to talk about conspiracy theories?
I really want to know what he's saying in this actual scene.
Oh, when he's yelling at his dad?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't get into The Walking Dead.
Me neither. It sucks.
I watched a few episodes and I enjoyed the episodes I watched. Don't get me wrong, but there's nothing that grabs me that makes me want to watch more. Part of it is the zombie genre in general is just oversaturated.
Yep.
Maybe when it first came out and it was still not like
Kind of
completely
fresh.
destroyed. Yeah, well, it was still kind of fresh. If I got into it then, maybe I would be more into it and like continue. But with it now, with the insane amount of like there are 4 primetime zombie shows right now. There's The Walking Dead. There is that iZombie thing. That was a really weird concept to me. CSI meets zombies. What the fuck? Whose LSD trip was that? And then there was Z Town or whatever it is, which is actually really cool from what I understand. It's how people would actually react to a situation like that, as opposed to, well, actually react. It's an alternative version of what would happen if people actually like created society again after the zombie apocalypse, and how we would interact with each other, and like just what would happen with zombies. And it's not like a perfect society. It's still like, you know, after the world ended type shit, but it's still like an interesting take on it. It's more of a humorous thing. And I think the zombies are more sentient. And there are actual characters who are zombies who like talk and shit, and they have their own society and like civilization. So I think it'd be cool just because of that, and I might be more interested in that. But The Walking Dead, I'm sorry, there's only so many times that I can see. All right, we know where safety is. Let's go walk for like the next 30, you know, or 4 episodes. We'll do 4 episodes. The next 4 episodes is us getting to the destination. Then the next 2 or 3 is, man, everything's cool, but something isn't quite as it seems. And then bam, main person, leader person of the civilization secretly bad, and it's the humans who are the real monsters, not the zombies. Like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, you've had multiple seasons of the same exact plot, from what I understood, because I've pieced together what happens in The Walking Dead just based off of like talking to people. I've seen 3 episodes. I know all of the arcs because it's the same one with different packaging and interchangeable bad guys and interchangeable like character deaths. Like,
Yeah.
and the other thing is The Walking Dead has gotten to the point where it's become too meta when it comes to killing off their main characters, where they will intentionally kill off a main character just for the cheap, you've grown with this character over the last 7 or 8 years you've watched the show, now you get to watch it die. Fuck you. And rather than it being like, oh, you know, this emotional buildup or this great sacrifice, or oh, they died, you know, doing something, it's just, we'll randomly, like the whole Negan thing where he baseball bats someone in the head and they ended the season without showing you who died. That was an obvious attempt at, we killed one of your favorite characters, we're not going to tell you who. Let's see those numbers on the season premiere of the show. Let's go ahead and hike those up so that way we think it's going to be a great season, get that ad revenue. Like, it's just an obvious cash out for me, and it drives me insane. I can't.
That makes sense.
Because every time I see any of those plot points or any of those like situations, I can't. Like the whole the token black guy, or the token, you know, ethnic person in general, or the token female, token strong female lead, the token I'm an abused person who grows up to be badass. I saw the episode with the wife who gets beat by the trailer guy when they're all living out in the woods before they go back to Atlanta. It's like episode 2 or 3. And based on the previews, my idea of what was going to happen is exactly what happened, which is she ends up turning into a badass and like fucking shit up later. Because that's how they always do those types of arcs, where women have to endure some sort of horrible tragedy to become relevant. Like even in Kill Bill, for instance, she has to be attempted murdered, raped for years when she was in a coma, and like, you know, pimped while she's asleep. And then she wakes up and just starts murdering everyone. But she has this traumatic ass shit that she's gone through. And that's what makes her a badass. That's the source of her power. We can't have a badass female lead without it being, I'm traumatic also, by the way.
Yeah.
To be fair, though, I haven't watched Wonder Woman yet. So I don't know if that does anything towards it. From what I understand, it does do better with those types of tropes. But that's one film in a sea of thousands. It's kind of the outlier at this point. /rant.
/rant.
You just started a new rant then. Well, no, it would be rant and then /rant. Never mind. You just incorrect syntaxed the start of your conversation. That one. That's what I meant to say.
Ha.
What you listening to, Jordan? Is it Carl Papa? Or is it something else?
All right.
I see that smile. Don't think you can get away with smiling without me noticing. I see everything. I'm always watching.
All right, guys. So,
Jar
Jar
do.
you guys ready?
Jordan's listening to something.
Okay.
He's so happy. You see that? You see his cheeks are getting
Yeah.
rosy.
I love
Yeah.
YouTube. Man.
Okay.
YouTube's great.
It is. It is great.
Oh, remind me to
My
send you
favorite.
guys the Uganda Knuckles video later. So that way you can see what I'm talking about and understand
Please
how
do.
fucking ridiculous and like hilarious it is.
So actually, joking
you
aside,
know
I
the
think
way?
that there's something wrong with my webcam, so I'm gonna buy a new one this week.
Do
Yeah,
it.
because currently you're just a sandwich.
No, the light's off right now. Yeah, I'm waiting for it to restart.
That was for you.
Go ahead and take advantage of this time, though. So,
Wait.
Patrick, we're coming back from break. Can you hurry up?
Wait.
did you notice I just used the PB&J fucking Facebook group?
Did you?
The what?
I might have
Yep.
just said Facebook group, but
You
Yeah, I
did.
bet-
I have no idea what you meant.
The best. The best. The best.
The best. The best. The best. The best.
I'm not a sandwich anymore.
Her
Yay!
breast. Her breast. The test. The test. The test. The test. The desk. The desk. The desk. The desk.
I love. Oh man.
That is an
What?
old school meme, my guy. That's like 2000. That's like. What,
I know it's not new, but I always love.
No, I know it's not new, but it's just you just brought me back to a time in my life. Like ninth grade, I think, was when that was floating around on the interwebs. It might have been before then. When did that song come out?
I don't know. A long time ago.
Because it was a little bit after the song came out that started going around.
All right.
I remember telling you guys. Oh, yeah, no. I okay, yeah. I remember we talked about this once before because that's when I explained Desu as well. Desu.
Did
Diddy. Diddy.
Another
All right.
oldie but a goodie.
Ready to
Oh
go
my
down?
God.
Nickelback one.
Shindaru.
Hey, we're gonna upload to Podbean tonight, right? This episode,
That's the plan.
Yeah.
and then we got to get the RSS and add it to Google,
You're an
Google and
RSS.
iTunes. You're an ISS, International Space Station. You're
I was gonna
fucking
say,
fucking
You know
idiots.
what?
What?
I can't do that with Google.
What do you mean?
They don't allow you to change that stuff.
What are you
did we
talking
just
about?
buy
We already
Podbean
changed it
for no
once.
reason?
No, we didn't.
What do you mean you can't change it? Yeah, you can.
They can't. Do it.
Can you give me more details on what we can do then? What's the but we can do this
But
to
we
make this website
can
work?
create a new PB&J podcast on Google Play Music
Are you
with
serious?
the updated RSS.
Hold on.
Why wasn't this brought up when we were looking at other websites, Jordy?
It was.
Why didn't you stop the Patrick before he bought the website,
Because
Jordan?
I forgot until you just said it.
God damn it.
That
That doesn't
Well, look,
make
if we
any
need to
that
cancel
doesn't
the-
make any
Google
sense
Play-
to me.
It doesn't. I don't understand why you can't change it. I didn't make that rule.
We should talk to Google.
I've tried.
So we might need to so we'll have to upload to the
I'll do both until we get it straightened away.
yeah, but
Well, we'll just make a new one and name it exactly the same thing. Can we do that?
I
Yeah, but then
don't
people will have to
know.
resubscribe.
Yeah, we would have to regain our folks.
Oh, there must be a way to fix it.
I don't know. Figure it out, because I couldn't. So you take a stab at it.
Can we put an RSS in SoundCloud?
SoundCloud
What?
is an RSS.
Instead of no, like, can we link them together? Like piggyback them?
I can link the Podbean one on our SoundCloud profile. Would it be
Hey,
it?
if you're watching this video and you know how to do that, fucking tell us. Thank you. Thank you
That was
very
suddenly
much.
very loud. I don't know why.
I'll do
What,
both
mine?
and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, like something I don't know if you like brushed your beard against your mic suddenly, but like
Yeah, I think you
loudly.
did.
Because
It
it
was loud for me
sounded,
too.
it was suddenly like the beginning of an ear rape video. If you guys haven't experienced an ear rape video, I can send one to you later.
Submit. RSS. Oh, if you need to change the URL of your podcast RSS feed, contact our support team. Here we go.
Yeah, so we just contact Google and then they update it.
Yeah.
Done that, and they told me no.
Well, we're going to do it again now that we have a website and everything. Because it says if you need to contact us. So that means that there's something they can do. You might have just talked to an asshole rep.
Maybe, but Patrick, do it. See what they say.
Yeah, I'm going to put it through here. So this is the kind of shit you get to see while, if you check out the video on YouTube, is the behind the scenes stuff. We
Yeah,
have
this
no
is for
idea
all-
what we're doing.
You get to see this.
Not only that, but all
I
you
bought
folks
us an
who-
entire year subscription to this, by the way.
I see
Oh, it
that,
was
and that's why I
cheaper.
was like, "Whoa, Patrick."
It was a lot cheaper.
Well, yeah. So
So I'm rich.
for all
now.
you folks who
It's
have
like
asked us
dollars.
about how to start a podcast and stuff like that,
Don't
these
ask us.
are the videos you want to see, so you can see us struggle through it, so you don't have to.
Yeah.
I can guarantee Google can do something because there's no way there are too many podcasts that migrate that do not have to create brand new Google accounts.
Yeah. And that's
I
this-
refuse to believe that that's their business
in
model.
the email. Like if you go back to a year ago when we first started, it's in there. They said they couldn't do it.
well, we had also probably just first started. We had no episodes up. We had no followers. They were probably like, "Yeah, fuck you. We're not." You know what I
Not
mean?
only
So
that, but it's been a year. Their policy could have changed because the website might not have said if you need to do this, contact us. It could have changed since then.
I don't know.
Well,
Well, you
Jordan,
let me know what they say.
we have a need. We have a year that we just bought. If it doesn't work, then we're fucked. So we need this to work. So I'm going to need you to get a
well,
little
not
half.
even. It's okay. We'll just have to keep them both going. It'll be fine.
Yeah, and then we're paying
If
for
they
both.
can't do it, so we'll see.
So
I
at
think
that
they can
point,
do it.
at that point, I'm going to need some more half glass full from you, Jordan, because
I have
this half
none of
empty
that.
shit. This half empty shit is got to go.
I have none of that. Look, my smart water is more than half empty.
Yeah, I see it partially full. So I'm going to need you to do
I'll
that
take
partially
that
full
one.
right now because that's what I'm doing. I'm saying contact Google Support. And we good. We Gucci, Patrick.
Gucci, Maine,
Yeah.
Gucci
man.
gang.
Gucci, Massachusetts.
Hey, Gucci-chusets.
Gucci gang. Gucci gang. Gucci
Yeah.
gang. Gucci
All right.
gang. Gucci gang.
Let's come back live. Well, we're live now, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Fuck it, we're doing it live. I'm the first person to make
First
that
I know-
reference
first I
in
know where my-
podcast history.
Oh boy.
All right,
All right,
so
are we ready?
yeah, we're
Yeah.
going back in at around 108, 109. So just mark.
You
that
gonna
down
talk
to make
first,
it
Bryce?
easier.
I mean, I'll bring us back, but you're gonna go over your stuff first.
Yeah, I'll go over my stuff first, and then we'll get into your space stuff after my space stuff because it can
All right.
piggyback.
Word.
Because I think that will be a better ending, you know, because it's
Yeah.
more. We're gonna get into
Okay.
it. Put the pacifier away.
No.
Fine. You can
Give
do
us
that.
a 3, 2, 1, sir.
All right. These fingers are made for walking, and that's just
Finger
what
bang.
they'll do. One of these days, these fingers are gonna point right at you. Three,
3,
Two,
2,
one,
1,
go.
go. Hey, everybody. Welcome back from the wonderful ride on the elevator known as Jordan's Break. That is the number one hot elevator song in the top 100. Welcome. So if you joined us for a break, you see that we have no idea what we're doing. Not going to tell you about it. You have to watch the video.
I disagree. We know exactly what we're doing. Never show weakness. Stop.
Oh, that's true.
Nonsense.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We know what we're doing. Never show weakness. Exactly.
So good at
Yes, exactly. So, but welcome back. Continuation of episode 40. We have some really cool, interesting, weird shit to talk about in the second half.
I
have a little bit of a conspiracy alien thing I'd like to talk about, and I know that Bryce has some shit he wants to go. So Bryce, go
Yeah.
ahead and fill my ears for a second. while I
There's two
sit there and
things.
drink
There's
some-
something I want to talk about because you know how I get where I get in like obsessive moods over things, especially pop culture. And I recently found out something because I've been watching a lot of Gordon Ramsay interviews, specifically, not like his shows, though I absolutely love his shows. Kitchen
Yeah.
Nightmares.
I
Anytime,
like Gordon Ramsay too.
anytime I
me
want to
too.
hang out with a girl and it's like a Netflix and chill situation, Kitchen Nightmares is universally like one of the best because if it's
Kitten
one of those
Nightmares?
situations where
Kitten Nightmares is a
Kitten
totally
Nightmares.
different
I
thing.
said kitchen, fuck you. It's universally like if you want to watch the show, both of you will be into the show and still be able to talk and have a conversation. If you don't want to
Yeah.
watch the show, you know, whatever
where the
happens,
chill.
happens, and you didn't really miss anything because you know how Kitchen Nightmares goes, and you've probably seen the episode before if you're like me. So you know it's a really good use for that. But I've been watching a lot of Gordon Ramsay interviews, and you know, it's just talking about his life and how different he is and all this stuff. And it brought me on all these kind of tangential searches, and somehow I ended up, and I found the episode of Kitchen Nightmares that I've always wanted to have happen
What is
that
that?
never would happen, and that is Gordon Ramsay saving Steven Spielberg's restaurant.
What?
Really?
Mhm.
Steven
For those of
Spielberg
you-
has a restaurant?
he did.
Interesting.
If that gives you
Oh,
any
was it called Spielbergers?
no, though he did have a pun in
Oh,
his.
that was actually pretty
Well, a pun in his menu, but Steven Spielberg from 1994 all the way to 1999 had his, or it might have been 98.
A whopping.
I don't know. I think it was
there,
like-
Isaiah. Good job.
But
Really?
he had a restaurant called Dive with an exclamation point. That's important. And it was a submarine themed restaurant where you go inside it. The entire thing is the interior of a sub. Like they have the panels, they have LED screens, like through or well, not LED screens, but you know, like flat screen stuff like that
Yeah.
throughout that have like water scenes and stuff like that playing, like
That's
sharks
pretty
going
cool.
by.
That's
So it looks
interesting.
like you walked into a
Submarine.
Submarine.
It was a 300-seater restaurant, so it's a banging restaurant.
Wow.
Size wise, and it's just like there's the metal, there's the pipes, there's exposed like conduits, like and it's Steven Spielberg level detail, so it's absolutely insane. The screens are artfully placed, and the thing that was really weird is every 30 minutes in the restaurant they would go into DEFCON 2 and the alarms would start blaring and the lights would go out and the red lights would start flashing, and it's just like, oh shit, I'm in a submarine and we're going and shit's going down. Like that kind of situation.
Pissed me fucking off though. I'm sitting there trying to eat. I'm like, seriously.
That's
Yeah.
the thing.
I'm
Yeah,
done
The
with
pissed
one
this.
me
time
off.
it happens, I'm cool. I'm like, oh, that was an interesting experience. I wasn't expecting it. All right, cool. But I'm sorry, if I'm sitting at a restaurant like that where it's all cool and interesting, and I'm, you know, that's the place you go. You don't go by yourself to get a quick bite and leave. That's somewhere you go to have an experience with your family where you all go and it's like, oh, this is so cool. When you do that, you're there for a while just to, you know, make you
least
feel like
an
it was
hour.
worth the price.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you know, it was a little pricier. Granted, the portions were huge, but they did a lot of like, so like when it started up, they did all sub sandwiches. So they would have and like they had a bunch of puns in their menu, like sublime
I get it.
desserts and subside and like all that kinds of stuff. And you know, two people could eat one sub. They were that huge and packed. And
Holy hell.
the food was, from what I understand, kind of mediocre, but that wasn't the
pretty
point
cool.
of it. It was the experience. But if I'm in that restaurant, I'm going to be there for at least an hour. So that means at least twice.
So you're
during
gonna hear
my
that at
meal.
least twice. What?
Minimum twice. And from what I understand, it is blaring. It is like real, like, holy shit, what's going on type deal. And
Yeah,
there's
fuck
like
That's not
there's like a
good.
voice that comes on the loudspeaker and it's just like, "Oh, death charges coming in," like that kind of thing. And
Oh, that
So,
would royally
now,
piss me off, dude.
Here's my opinion, and the
Mhm.
reason why that wouldn't fucking work very long is
right.
because you're only going to want to go there once or twice for the novelty. It's probably expensive
There's no-
already.
yeah.
If you
Like
go
it
there for
was
the
like
novelty,
it was
you're
like $7 to $12 for a sub. So like that's a pretty big price for what you're doing, considering I could go to Publix, spend $8 and get a banging sub that tastes good. When your
Well, I
sub's
mean, pub
mediocre,
subs are where it's at.
that
Everybody knows
is
that.
where it's at. For all you people who aren't in Florida, I'm sorry. You'll never understand the joy of a Publix sub.
Oh, that's true, huh?
Yeah. But yeah, so the whole thing is
I'm sorry,
for me,
world.
I know, right? If I'm spending that kind of money and you're gonna blare at me, fuck that. But why I want it to be a Kitchen Nightmare episode is, one, it was losing money like crazy. And when they shut down, Steven Spielberg didn't even show up for like the mini funeral they had for it. Because, you know, love is pain. And his love pet project failed him. So I wouldn't want to show up to that either. It's just a giant
show up either.
Yeah. It's just a giant funeral for an idea you had that got shit on. Yeah.
And he's an idea guy, right? I mean, really, you're a director.
He's famous for his ideas taking off and being like all that stuff. Yeah.
Everybody's got their stinkers, though, obviously.
I want to see what the redesign would have looked like. Because, you know, in every Kitchen Nightmares episode, they find out what was wrong with the food. I want to see what submarine themed fucking restaurant idea that Gordon Ramsay would have to like what menu would he come
screens with actual Shark Tanks.
Well, I mean, there's always that possibility. Cool. That would be really lit.
Why don't you tweet at him and ask him?
Instead of sirens,
that's a good idea.
Your table shakes, all your stuff falls off.
No.
He would get thrown out of your chair.
He wouldn't be about that at all. Gordon would say that the whole
seawater dumped on your entire plate.
No.
Seawater comes through a spout.
You guys are completely missing what Gordon would do. He would immediately say that that's fucking stupid and demand it be removed. Specifically because he's like, you're just going to piss off your diners.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing is I want to see what he would replace that with. If he would make, because I feel like he would like do something to where there's like a live action show. So it's like a dinner, like a dinner and a show situation. That would be where I think he would go with it. And then what are you doing, Jordan?
That was to Patrick. Continue. Carry on.
Thank you for distracting me, you son of a bitch.
I think it would have been cool though. A dinner and a show place.
I think it would have been a dinner and a show to one, fix the whole repeatability. Because just like you said, once you go there once, why would you go again? It's just alarms blaring and it's really cool and everything, but you've gone
unless you come to town and I'm like, oh man, let's go to this to the Spielberg place. It's awesome.
Right, but how many times? Because once I come to visit you, like bam, you never do it again with me. And then how many family members come down to visit you in Florida?
If I told you, well, not many, they don't like me. If
I get it.
If I told you, hey, this alarm's going to sound every 30 minutes and it's going to be like, whoop, whoop, would you want to go? Or would you be like, let's just go to Olive Garden?
Well, I'm
Perkins,
not a fan of Olive Garden. So I would want to go.
Yeah.
But I would be like, we're only going to go for 30 minutes so we can get our alarm and go. Like, I want to experience it once, but let's just eat our food.
I'd be like, let's go to the bar, chill for a few, and then we'll go somewhere else after the alarm goes.
Right. Well, and that's my whole thing is like, if it was a dinner and a show, like imagine the Hunt for Red October with you in the Red October eating with the crew and like hearing all the
that would be fucking cool.
That would be cool as shit. Yeah.
Or they have an experience side and like a just dining side, like full experience is like on this side, and then like the just dining is on this side. So if you want the alarms and all that shit, you go to this side. That's where you and your kids and shit go. If you're just there for the $12 sub or whatever, you go to this side.
Right, and that's my other thing is
for a sub
for you to have to have a dining only portion, you would have to have good food. So that's the other side. Is I want to see what kind of menu creations that Gordon would create for a themed restaurant like that. Like what kind of, because obviously the big thing that I feel they missed was seafood. Like if you're going to be in the ocean and surrounded by what would essentially be, your idea of that.
Did you actually go to this place, Bryce?
Did I? No, it closed in 1999. We didn't have dive money when I was a kid. All right. Plus it was in Hollywood. I would love to go and see what Gordon would do with it, and that's my whole point for that.
Gordon Ramsay's fucking badass. I think
he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Like not only is he a master chef, but just like his personality in real life is really, really like fun Like, if you guys have never seen a video of him like hanging out with his kids,
Yeah.
it is absolutely hilarious. He's the annoying dad. He's the Patrick dad, to where he just, he's interested in his kid's life and he like does stuff, but he fucks with them for fun.
Yeah.
And does embarrassing things and all that.
That's one of my favorite things about having kids is fucking with them.
Now, the weird thing is my weird tangential like searching didn't actually stop there, and it went to a completely different direction, and I ended up on the Cold War.
I heard differection.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, fuck both of you. I ended up on the Cold War. And I don't know what series of Wikipedia articles and studies that ended me on the Cold War, but I remember it had something to do with the whole Kim Jong-un thing going on right now with the whole my button is bigger than yours. Did you guys hear that? I don't want to get too much into it because that's in the realms of politics a little bit, but there was this whole thing where our current leader essentially said he has a nuclear button as well, but his is bigger. His is bigger and actually works.
Yeah.
And I was just like, holy shit.
I laughed at that shit.
This is literally like a dick contest, but somehow that got mixed into it. And the United States has always been into the whole, we have a giant cock, fuck with us. Like, come at us, bro.
Yeah.
And in the Cold War, that was never more apparent. We had all kinds of crazy things that we were trying to experiment and research on in order to get an upper hand. And one of the plans we had was actually a project, and let me bring up. I had resources for it. Project A119 was a top secret plan developed in 1958 by the United States Air Force. The entire aim of the project was to detonate a nuclear bomb on the moon, just so we can show the USSR how big our explosive dick is.
Yeah.
We're like, hey, you guys are all like doing the space race shit. We just blew up the moon. Fuck you. Our space race is huge.
That's not very smart.
I hope some scientist went in there and was like, but
no,
waves?
this is
something like that, you know?
And apparently they were like trying to explain it away as, oh, this will answer some of the mysteries of planetary astronomy and astrogeology, all the rocks, and what would they do? How would they react to a nuclear explosion? We don't know. Only way to find out is to blow up the moon. That kind of shit. And the only reason why it was canceled is specifically because the American government was afraid that, when everyone saw that the moon just blew up from a nuke, and obviously the moon wouldn't just be exploded away, but you'll notice a giant explosion on the moon.
Yeah.
You'll see the mushroom cloud and be like, the fuck is that? Is that the people would be absolutely pissed. What's even crazier for me, the USSR had a similar plan. Both sides were willing to blow up part of the moon
to show they had a bigger explosive.
How large their nuclear erection was. That's absolutely insane to me. That because exploding the moon, not only is it like there's no atmosphere on the moon really, so that's just nuclear radiation going out in space. And granted, space is full of radiation, but it's a different type. And I can't help but notice that the moon's really fucking close to us. And I can't help but feel like the lack of atmosphere would make that nuclear radiation just rain down upon us and just be slightly more irradiated.
Well, that and let's say, for example, it moved the moon's rotation or orbit. That's going to fuck with stuff on Earth. Or let's say it knocked a chunk off the size of Texas, which then landed on Texas. Not so bad, but would kill the rest of us eventually.
And you know what?
Ice Age.
In 1958, we didn't have Bruce Willis there to get into that ship and oil drill his way into the center of part of the moon and blow it up with another nuke. Which, by the way, that would be 2 nukes blowing up the moon twice. That's just bad form.
And could you imagine?
That is bad form. I agree.
Thankfully, though, as far as technology goes, we've come a long way, right? And it's always kind of been my opinion that the reason we went to space was because we found alien tech, and that's kind of what's been driving our technology ever since.
Yeah. The
I'd like to get
Transformers
weird
theory.
with you guys for a little. I have a little bit of conspiracy behind, and we've kind of talked about this before, but
We need to make like tinfoil hats for when you find one of these topics, so that way we can be like, hold on, and pull out our hats and put them on for the live show.
yeah.
I'm gonna Google how to make like cool tinfoil hats. We'll have a different one each episode.
I like it. I like it a lot.
I want a pirate ship one where it's like the captain's hat.
What you gonna do?
So
I
I
wanna make
want
a
one.
tinfoil
I want one that looks like the little tiny boat hat.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
That's a
Like
good
it's
idea.
just small, like right here.
it
so,
almost looks like a tinfoil mohawk.
yeah, exactly. So anyway,
Neat.
it's my opinion that technological advances, as well as Elon Musk, are all due to alien interaction, right? Whether
you-
it be
Wait.
what?
As well as Elon Musk is due to alien interaction. Are you saying Elon Musk
Is
is
an alien?
a hybrid alien to where?
No, full alien.
Oh, he's
I can
full-
believe it.
Because
I
when,
believe
when
it.
I hear Elon Musk is the byproduct of interaction with aliens, I immediately think, oh, alien
Well,
dude,
maybe okay.
human
okay.
woman.
He is what
half
happens
animal.
from an alien having butt sex with any human. That you get an Elon Musk on the other side of that.
You know what? I
That somehow
I would
gets
offer my
pregnant? I'm not
services.
sure.
I think we need more Elon Musk. So, as
Are you inviting alien butt sex to your house right now,
Look,
Bryce? Is that what just
I'm
happened?
not saying I want Elon
Rawr,
butt
dude.
sex. Especially
You say
since,
no,
like,
Patrick?
I don't
What?
understand how that would work, but I am saying I want more Elon Musks. And that's all I'm not gonna delve into that anymore. But yeah. So aliens.
I'm in.
So he's like, so aliens.
What are you doing on Saturday?
Anyway, that's my opinion though. The reason that we all of a sudden out of nowhere technologically just started flying, and over the last few years it hasn't stopped. I think it's because we
It's 'cause our
found
big monkey brains. We ate
Exactly.
the proteins, and now we smart. Are
I
smart.
think it's because we use those monkey brains to learn from technology we found from crashed spaceships and stuff, right?
That's true. That's a possibility.
Like
And
Roswell.
honestly, well, no,
Kind of makes me sad though.
there's certain technological advances that happen every so often that are just like, how the fuck did we do that?
So random, came out of nowhere.
Mhm.
Yeah. see
So
that.
Not to play the devil's advocate, but for some of those, it's because the science of it was not sexy to report on or to really like talk about. To where the only time you would have heard about them doing that research is if you were like really big on scientific journals. And if you are, you're not reading them, so you can be like, guys, they're making like super alien ray. It's more of a, oh, I'm really interested in science, so this is for me in my
Yeah.
knowledge.
except for
You only hear about some of that stuff when the news group is just like, oh, we developed this. Look at this. It's a miracle. Whatever.
which is true, right? But
Yeah.
when it is a miracle, whatever,
Like fidget spinners.
it's odd, right? Like fidget spinners. Just
Mhm.
remember, kids, keep them away from your butt. They will get
Please.
stuck. So, and in fact, you can hear all about that in an episode, I'm pretty sure, called Butt Stuff.
Um, I think so.
Outside
Yeah.
butt stuff. Yeah.
No, it
So-
wasn't Valentine butt stuff.
No?
Fidget
no, no.
anus.
Fidget anus.
Oh,
That's what it was.
fidget anus. Yeah. Look up the episode Fidget Anus and it'll tell
It's
you
the one
all
with the
about why to
Kermit
keep one away
Game
from your butt.
I have fidget spinner.
Uh-huh.
It's one of my
Fidget spinner.
proudest works.
So there's this new shit, right? And it's not really new. So let's go back. Back in the 80s, it was theorized in 2004. Some scientists at the University of Manchester were able to make super small flakes of this stuff. It's called graphene. Have you guys ever heard of this?
No, I have not.
Okay.
It sounds like a mixture of graphite and morphine.
yeah.
It
no.
does, actually. Yeah.
Actually,
Can I get an IV drip? I'm ready to experiment.
it's some crazy shit. What if I told you,
Okay.
go buy an electric car? You tell me, well, that's stupid. It takes 8 hours to charge. The battery dies quick, right? Or if I
I'd be
was
more like,
hey,
where do I have electric car money? A Tesla's like $100,000. $100,000.
For
I
real,
was
yeah,
thinking
that
more
shit
like
is
Nissan Leaf.
expensive.
In your case, but sure,
Oh.
Tesla, I guess.
If I'm getting an electric car, I'm getting a Tesla. Elon Musk.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, hashtag butt stuff. So anyway, listen to this shit. Seriously, this stuff blew my mind, which is why we're talking about it right now. I literally just seen a video about this shit today, and I was like, "Fucking aliens." What if I was like, "Hey guys, I'm gonna go charge my phone. I'll be back in a few minutes when it's all the way filled." And you're like, "A few minutes, right?" What if you could charge your phone to 100% in 12 minutes?
Okay.
What if I
That'd
told
be
you that
amazing.
that's entirely possible right now?
It would be completely unnecessary because I just put my phone on the charger every night and then not worry about it.
Agreed. But I mean, and
But it'd
fuck
be
you.
cool.
So-
Technology, just because if I leave it on overnight and it charges that fast, like obviously there'd be things in place to prevent overcharging, but I'd just be paranoid.
yeah,
Phone
yeah,
just blow
yeah.
up.
So this stuff is called graphene, right? Made from graphite, right? You kind of hit it on the head there.
Okay.
When you get graphene, it's 200 times stronger than steel.
Jesus.
It
okay.
is 6 times lighter
Nuts.
than steel. It's 1,000,000 times thinner than a human hair.
All right. All I'm thinking of right now is I want a full armor suit, like body armor.
Is it a fiber-like substance?
It's harder than a diamond.
Bruh.
Listen, conducts electricity faster than any current known
Does it
substance. In fact,
change heat to energy?
it converts, or it can transfer electricity 140 times faster than silicone.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Where is
Fully transparent, right? 97% of light will pass through it.
That's
And-
absolutely insane.
It's so impermeable, right? And that means like stuff passing through it, not even a helium molecule, which is like the smallest of small, right? Can pass through it. Okay. So you mean to tell me in 2004 we had some flakes? Okay. In 2008, it was the most expensive material on the planet.
Understandable.
Okay. 2017, there are multiple companies who are saying that they can make thousands of tons.
Bruh.
Where did that jump come from? Do you understand now why I'm like aliens?
where did they
Right?
find it?
They don't find it.
No,
They
they
make
create
it.
Oh, they made it.
This
It's
is the-
created from graphite. Like the same shit that's in a pencil,
yeah.
this stuff is made of.
Well, essentially, what this is some scientists got drunk on a bender, right? And they were just like, "All right, let's just see what happens when we fuck with graphite for a while. We got some at the lab. Fuck it." And then they accidentally made something badass. And they're like, "Oh, we could actually use this for stuff. We should work on this."
So
And then-
here's where it gets cool, right?
Right.
And also a little strange.
Ooh.
All of a sudden, Samsung, of all companies, says, "Hey, we
Of
made it
course.
better." They made this stuff called a
It's called a
a graphene ball, right? They essentially found a way to grow it in such a way where it gets puffy instead of flat. And at molecule size, we're talking about. If you
Right.
zoomed into its molecule, it's puffy. And they essentially coat the insides of batteries with this stuff. And because
and
it
then
stores energy and transfers. Oh, by the way, it can conduct heat even 10 times better than copper. Right. So
wow.
it's I'm telling you, it's fucking magical.
Gee,
It's
This is unobtainium. This is what I'm
Exactly.
telling you about
It
in
is, yeah.
in the core.
this is the fake shit that doesn't exist.
yeah.
Right. This is the holy grail of alien fucking future technology. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
this is
there's
like
no way
alien
that's
spaceship
man-made.
skin, man.
Well, that's my
Um,
whole thing about this. Obviously, they'll for some of it they'll have to change the aspects for like the light, it being see through and everything. They'll change that for the purposes of this. But if you build a spaceship out of this stuff that's that strong,
mhm.
like just imagine that's 6 times the weight being taken away. That's so much more fuel.
Well, and 200 times stronger than steel is insane. Now,
Yeah.
here's what's odd or what's crazy is this will allow the way Samsung has done this magical thing that no other company could do. And fucking 10 years ago, this shit was so
Slaves.
scarce on the planet that it was the most expensive material everywhere. Right. Now Samsung says you'll be able to charge a phone 5 times faster than you currently can, or any battery at all, 5 times
good.
faster than you currently can, and can hold 48% more capacity.
I'm curious about what this would mean for if we can make this abundant enough to where we get the refining process down to a science to where it's cheap to mass produce like this.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what this means for things like fiber optics and stuff like that. I mean, if 97% of light can pass through it and it conducts the energy better and faster, like imagine like 10 terabyte internet connections with this shit, or having a direct line from a server in Japan to the US and zero lag.
Yeah.
Like,
That'd be amazing.
I know this is a like really nerdy place to take this, but this could be huge for just esports. If
This
anything,
could be huge for anything, though. Like,
no, it could be huge for anything, but like the impact on esports specifically is one of the major problems that occurs is when you're practicing the game.
Mhm.
On land, there's zero lag. There's zero, because everything is right there. It's all cabled, hardwired together right there. So there's zero ping.
Yeah.
And then you have when you're not on stage, when you're playing at home and practicing, you're playing on a completely different ping and
Latency or delay.
Yeah. And so it's one of those things where when you're playing with a different ping, it feels worse. And it's a different feeling to where you do combos differently, you press buttons differently, and it gets really intricate. If it's zero latency at all times, then you could host like major tournament events to where no one even has to travel
Yeah.
to do it.
Right from your own home.
Dude,
I like that.
but I mean, that means instant communications all over the place. That means, battery technology. The reason we don't have fucking little mini hologram projectors on our phones is because the battery technology hasn't advanced enough. And boom, it fucking just did overnight. This
Not only that,
this
but like just
magical
solar panels and things like that, like solar energy. Storing it in one of those badass batteries, solar energy just became way more viable.
Well, now also because remember, like I said, it transfers fucking heat 10 times better than any copper, and electricity 145 or 140 times faster than silicone currently can. That means that our fastest processor that we have right now
would be 140 times faster.
140 times faster. Harder than a diamond, which means that let's say that solar panels are made of this.
Yeah.
Right? They're not going to get damaged or scratched or scuffed or broken. And they're going to be a million times more fucking efficient. Do not fucking tell me that this did not come off the side of an alien spaceship.
Not
seriously.
Imagine roads made out of this shit. And that's where the solar panels are. We wouldn't need fossil fuels.
Well, that's the thing. There was a company that was actually trying to make that a thing. Solar panel roads, which were cool because they had LED lights built under them. They can change the way the road looks. If there was a detour, they could move the lanes over all by lights. And it was all solar powered, enough to run whole big cities and save electricity. It was really fucking cool.
So now, 13 years later, how expensive is it to get your hands on this? I would imagine not so bad if
they're mass producing it.
No, they're saying that Samsung says they can produce this new version of this stuff that they made, their ball version or whatever, at a low cost. Now, I don't know what low cost means. Okay, but
low enough to be able to fit in the current price range of the smartphone, which is $600 to $800.
Yeah. Exactly.
So for it to not increase that by much, that's really low cost.
So here's my question. First of all,
the answer
how
is
the fuck
Patrick.
There's no way that that's man-made,
right?
I mean,
it is though. It is, and we're producing it. We're producing it. We are now. The first those little flakes I told you about, they got that by using tape on a piece of graphite and peeling it and peeling it and peeling it and peeling it using tape until they eventually got a piece of graphene. Yeah.
I don't buy that.
Dude,
No,
I'm telling you.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
My weekend bender thing, the whole drunken scientist, mad scientist weekend.
Yeah.
I am doubling down on that theory. If you're using tape on graphite just to see what happens, like
Oh yeah.
You
You have to-
literally have nothing better to do.
yeah, you're
Exactly.
just like because that would take
Uh,
hours.
for- and what's cool is they got
And
Nobel
why?
Prizes for that.
Hell
because
yeah.
this stuff is fucking magic. Now, why did the aliens give this to us now? That's my real question. Is did
Because
we just
fucked up the
figure
planet.
did we just
Maybe-
figure something out? Right? Like that
We're
we've been
not
working on
progressing
forever,
fast
like they want us to believe. That's what they want us to believe, right? They want us to believe that these scientists figured it out and that these other companies have been working on how to do it and yada yada. Let's be honest. Fucking
It's
things
aliens.
haven't really progressed that much in certain areas that you can tell me in fucking 10 years you figured something out that was literally impossible 10 years ago or 13 years ago. Come on. It's
My
hard.
theory is the aliens. I think this wasn't like discovered off a crashed spaceship or anything like that. I think this was much more of the aliens gave us this technology specifically because we fucked up our planet,
Yeah.
and they're giving us an out so we can join them in the stars. This material will be what will help us with space travel and also elongate the life of the planet through things like solar panels and stuff like that. In the meantime-
solar panels, battery tech, cheaper manufacturing, because now it's going to become cheaper to make this stuff than anything else. And that's the part that fucking boggles my damn mind. Seriously, is again, most expensive material in 2008 on the fucking planet, all the way to affordable by a cell phone company. So
What's interesting
there's
about that
no-
is the new one of the more expensive materials on the planet. Oh god, I can't remember what it's called. There was a Facebook video going around about it. There's another material, and this is like the polar opposite, to where rather than it being 97% of light can pass through it, it absorbs 97% of light. It's basically the blackest black you can have.
Yeah.
Occurring, and it's
like
made
it
of
fucks with your eyes, right?
yeah, because what it does,
Yeah.
like someone made a statue out of it, to where it's like a face coming out of like a block, and if you look at it from the sides, you can see the statue, you can see the face. You're like, yeah, I can see everything. If you look on it dead on, it just looks like a square, a floating
Yeah.
square, a black.
Because
floating
your
square.
eyes can't differentiate the
The
differences
ridges or anything because the light
Yeah.
isn't bouncing back to your eyes enough for you to see the face anymore. It just gets sunken in this black. It's basically a black hole for light that exists, and they're using it they're creating filters for telescopes.
Yeah,
with it,
that's
so they
really
can
cool.
Filter out like cosmic radiation and stuff like that, so they can see even farther into space with their telescopes using this material. But there's a lot of artists who are trying to use it, and there's this one guy who wants to make an entire building out of this shit
That would
just
be
to fuck
cool.
with people's eyes because it legit looks like a graphical error. Like when you look at it, if you're not expecting it, it looks like a glitch in the Matrix. You're just like, oh, one of that didn't render properly, so now we get that.
Yeah.
Like it's like that. It's absolutely insane. So it's funny because we get the 97% light, 97% dark. At the same time, we're hearing about this.
Well, we get pen, pineapple, apple pen. Duh.
Yeah, alien version of pen, pineapple, apple pen. I'm glad that you knew where I was going with that.
So, but you know what? You hear about that stuff, and I would think, oh man, that's some kind of weird alien tech, But when you but like this graphene stuff, man, I'm sorry, and honestly, conspiracy rant over, right? I'm not a fucking alien nut job, although I got my Star Trek shirt
That's right.
on. You can see all my Doctor Who stuff behind me or
He's
whatever.
a
So
sci-fi nut job.
I am a sci-fi junkie. I really
it's way
am.
sexier to believe it's aliens just because
just a nut job in general.
Yeah, I'm just a nut job.
In reality, stuff is human produced. It's some scientists who made a random breakthrough, kind of like the whole thing with penicillin. A guy was just eating some food, left some bread in his sink, and then mold grew on it, and then he realized, oh shit, stuff died in there. Let me.
All
look
I'm
at what this
saying,
mold
guys,
does.
is in the next couple of years, right? Samsung's about to start putting this shit on batteries and stuff. Other companies really quickly are going to start making computers,
Electric cars.
and electric cars.
I
And
imagine Elon Musk is having so many wet dreams about this technology. and
So-
what it could do.
I'm super fucking excited, honestly, and I can't wait for the aliens to come and be like, "Good job,
I'm
right?
actually really curious. if
alien
Elon,
butt sex for everybody."
Yeah, Elon Musk's all around. I'm
Elon
actually curious.
Musk's
If,
all around.
I'm curious if he's been using that already, because you know how he's been talking about how making solar systems or solar power systems cheaper than current systems and like in large quantities.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's been doing it for charity and stuff like that. But he's also like, I could set this up for you.
Well, or
Imagine
his
using that in
giant
What if he's
the
already been
semi-trucks that
using
can
it?
charge in 30 minutes.
The
Yeah.
what?
His big ass fucking electric semi trucks that can be fully charged in like 30
Oh.
minutes.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if he's already using this material. And
Oh
these
yeah, probably. He's an alien.
Well, yeah, that was the whole point, is that he had it. So Elon Musk is secretly the alien that's working with us. He's an ambassador for the aliens.
And he doesn't want to be found out, so he leaked the tech to Samsung, who in turn will produce the battery for him.
This is
Hashtag
true.
solved.
Yeah, there you go.
Or-
Fucking
or-
solving mysteries, man.
And
It'll
I'm
work.
really proud.
GD Scooby Doo in this bitch.
We removed the mask. It was Elon Musk the whole time. Old man Elon Musk.
You remove the mask again, and it's you.
And- God damn it, Patrick! You're not supposed to tell. Fuck. The whole point of
man.
creating Elon Musk was so that people would know. And I even did another misdirection and gave it to Samsung. And then you give me away like that, you piece of shit. We're editing this out.
Yeah, maybe, except for the live YouTube video. That is streaming right now, motherfucker.
So
So,
on the internet.
Yo.
before
I'm
we...
secret Elon Musk. I'm not secret rich, just secret Elon Musk.
Yeah. Before we wrap up and Jordan starts to plug us, I would like to real quick give a shout out to Chris, friend of the show. I
He was on the show once.
somehow my bass to my mic got fucked up, so he actually welded it for me today. It may or may not have been overkill, right?
With his elevator repairing skills.
Yeah.
May or may not.
He whipped out some elevator mechanic skills, welded my shit back together, and it is fucking working, boss. Thank you very much, Mr. Chris. I did throw up on our new Facebook group page.
Why would you throw up on our
Yeah.
Facebook group page?
Huh?
You
'Cause
couldn't have
he's
thrown up in the
disrespectful.
toilet?
Pictures. I threw up pictures. They came out of my mouth. I vomited them.
Okay. Fine.
All on the Facebook group page because we have one of those now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Join our group.
Join our
For
fucking
real.
group.
How
You know
talk
what?
about
I'll,
shit.
think
I'll
our
throw
group is
in
private.
some
We need to
Kennedy
change that.
Space Center pictures I took today.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, yeah. Throw in some KS Center. I don't know
I'll
where I was
start
going
taking
with that.
screenshots of my experiments in VR. I'll post up some screenshots on there.
Nice. So, and then what else we got? Jordan, plug us up. Good.
So
Our
we've
new
got
website.
Add the
Yeah,
website.
the new website, podcast or pbjpodcast.podbean.com.
Yeah. Little long.
Yeah, a little bit. But we've got our regular Facebook page, PB, the letter NJ podcast, our brand new PB and J podcast Facebook group.
Yeah.
At us on Twitter, at PB and J podcast.
Please.
Me, bro.
At me,
and
bro.
email us, pbnjpodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you.
And remember,
Yeah,
we have
that's
that
PB.
space, that break space.
Give us ads.
Please reach out to us.
yeah. No,
No
for
more
real.
relevant music.
No cost for any of that. We just want to have some shit to talk about.
During our breaks. And we
during our
want
break.
and we
Uh,
really want to reach out for the community because it's one of those things where we would love to be more interactive with you guys. Not even just have you be interactive with us, but we want to be interactive with you. You
Mhm.
have like even like a farmer's market where you're like, hey, tell your viewers about our farmer's market. We'll plug the fuck out of your farmer's market because shit like that's really cool to us.
I like
You know,
farmers market.
all those little communities that you can grow and be
Yeah.
a part of. We want to be a part of your community. Just let us be part of your community. We need friends. I gotta go.
I think it's time to get the fuck out of here, guys.
We nailed
Yeah,
it.
you made Bryce sad.
Yeah.
The lack of ads
If you
made me
enjoyed
sad.
the audio version, check out the video version on YouTube. If you check the video version out, check out Jordan's high quality audio version.
If you checked out
You're
both,
too kind.
we love
Yeah.
you.
yeah,
Thank you.
we
If
love
you did both, you're the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
And check me out. Nailed it.
I nailed it.
Nailed it.
Recording done.
Yeah.
Samesies.
I am no longer recording.
Kurt regret.
I have no regrets. Are the two viewers currently just you two?
I'm not in the YouTube.
I'm not in the YouTubes
Huh? I ain't in the YouTubes.
Telling
All
you,
right.
it's your wife and your dog.
Probably. It's my wife and my dog. All right. Well, if you are watching this, thank you for fucking joining us here too.
We love you.
We love you. We appreciate it. And I'll see you fools
I
in the other window.
wanted to be with you alone.